Welcome to the TD Garden for the 2016 NBA Draft. We're going to give you
here.
a 2-minute preview. We're standing in front of the banners, which are actually on the ground, so if you're here, come and touch them. So first off,
where's 2017 going to be?
Oh, we'll
Where's
see.
that one gonna
We
be?
have to put it right in the middle there. So,
okay.
Chris Dunn might be in play for the Celtics at 3. I reported earlier, I had sources telling me that is at the most, or at the very least, a smokescreen to drive up the price from whether it's the Sixers or the Bucks or whomever else they're trying to trade with. Chicago and Jimmy Butler was a possibility, but with Derrick Rose going to New York, it's looking less likely that they're going to move Butler. What do you see happening here?
I know you think that if they draft Dunn, I don't think it's to keep him, but maybe they can draft Dunn and trade him down the road. They don't have to trade him tonight. You know what I mean? If they don't get the deal they want, they still know the demand for Dunn is there. They'll take him, hold on to him for as long as they have to. Once free agency hits, I mean, literally anything can happen. They're in a position of power right now, which they haven't really been in many times this year. If they feel like, the teams that are interested in Dunn are going to play hardball and just say, you know what, now you're stuck with all these guards, then they'll end up trading. They'll have to trade somebody if they draft Dunn. I think if they take Dunn, they do it with the hope that they can flip him for somebody that they want, more of a veteran there. If not, they've got plenty of options. Otherwise, my guy, Marquise Chris, they're not going to take him. They're not going to take him. I don't think.
Why not? He fits a huge need. He's got a huge amount of potential.
You don't have to tell me. I haven't heard much buzz around his name around the Celtics. For me, it's how you hear Jaylen Brown. That's a name that I think that's a guy that if they don't go with Dunn, I think it's either going to be Brown or maybe Hield. Or, I don't know, there's so many ways. It's crazy. We got minutes leading up to the draft and we really don't know where they're going to go.
Well, you didn't mention the Dragon. That's the guy for me if I'm at 3.
That's not my guy.
He just, they have Kelly Olynyk already, who's a really similar player, but Bender has a lot more potential to be that kind of guy and be really successful as that kind of guy. So you pick Bender and you see if you can move Kelly Olynyk, whether it's at the end of the season or now. He's a valuable player. So I say pick Bender. What do you think is the big thing that's going to happen tonight? There's going to be some huge shock at some point tonight. What do you see happening? Is there going to be another blockbuster trade across the NBA? DeMarcus Cousins, there hasn't been any rumblings of him at all.
I don't think there's going to be a blockbuster. We're not going to get KG Pierce level blockbuster around the NBA. I mean, the Monroe-Middleton talk, that's been picking up a lot of steam, whether or not it's with the Celtics or somebody else. Feels like that type of level of player, a guy that may be a fringe all-star but not quite there. I can see a couple of those guys. I mean, with the cap increasing the way it's going to, it gives all these NBA teams way more wiggle room to make deals happen. Kind of like, it doesn't happen that often in the NBA where you get that flexibility. So I think that'll make it much more of an interesting draft that way.
All right, well, after everything we just said, all the rumors we heard today, we know Danny Ainge eventually is going to make a trade for a player that has not been brought up whatsoever, because that's how it always works, because the Celtics are very tight-lipped. We'll find out what happens. We will see you after the Celtics make their first big move, so tune into the CLNS Radio YouTube channel. You can find us on CLNS Radio, Celtics blog.
Kentucky kid, too. Don't forget about him.
Oh, I forgot about Jamal Murray. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk to you later tonight.
That could be the pick.